A quick disclaimer. I've actually trained in karate when I was younger, so I have an understanding of the martial arts style. I never made it to black belt, but I still understand the forms and techniques of even the basics.
Most of them are asking for a demonstration of a karate kick. I'm no kind of karate expert, but I've researched it and I'm happy to show you it.
By his logic, reading a book on astrology for 5 minutes should make you a certified astronaut. I'm done making these videos. I'm off to Cape Canaveral to join the space program.
So, karate kick. Hopefully I'm in focus. So, someone's coming at you. Their head, going to be about there because I'm massive normal person. What you want to do is make sure your weaker foot on me, it's my left foot. I don't know whether I should give that information out or not, but I have now. So, your weaker foot, left foot, is planted firmly. Once they're within range, basically you just kick it, bam, straight into their head.
Oh, good Lord. You're flinging your arms about like Lloyd Bloody Christmas. That is not a karate kick. Both of your legs are utilized in karate. You can't say this leg is weaker because both legs need to be able to perform a Jodan or Chudan kick. You're supposed to keep your hands above hip height, yet no higher than chest height, depending on which attack you are performing. Not doing so leaves you open to attack. You also, once again, threw yourself off balance and, to top it all off, turned your back on your opponent again.
Going at them with it because they're coming at you, so they're walking into your foot, and that is going to generate power, and their momentum is going to generate the power that you need.
Once again, you assume that your opponent is just going to charge at you like a crazy person, whilst you stand there and wait for them to reach you. In a street fight, there is often not enough room to charge at somebody, as most fights start very close quarters. It's funny how, in all of your fights, you have main character syndrome. You believe that people are going to make it this easy for you, and that, by default, you are the victor.
So, one more time, they're coming at you, they're near enough, bam! See how high I got my leg there? Now, if you are going to try those, you need to practice it an awful lot. You need to spend hours kicking and kicking and kicking until you are comfortable with it, because that is quite a move to pull out in a fight situation.
Somebody clearly hasn't spent enough time practicing because your leg can't even extend to its full length and remains bent at the knee. In martial arts, when you kick, you're supposed to extend your leg fully, your foot impacting the target at full extension, almost like a cracked whip. This kick has no power to it at all and is extremely limited in dexterity. I suggest more practice, but keep your orthopedist on standby.
Now, more importantly, how to defend against one. Because when someone is kicking like that, they are incredibly vulnerable. All their weight is planted on one leg.
During my first few weeks of karate, one of the main things that they taught us was how to stand firmly grounded, how to adopt a stance that will keep you firmly balanced, and how to move from various stances while staying firmly balanced. If a person has had even basic karate lessons or any form of martial arts lessons, they are taught how to stand correctly to constantly remain balanced. If they can pull off a decent karate kick, then I can assure you that they have a pretty strong grasp on grounded stability.
So it's very important to be aware of what I call my zone of fear.
Is that not what Eddie used to call your house when he begrudgingly had to visit?
Once someone enters that zone of fear and you see them start coming up with a kick, you want to be ready. As soon as their leg is in the air, you want to catch it in your hands and in one swift movement with your other foot, just bam, straight up into your gingangulis.
So typical of you. Resorting to primitive and cowardly tactics once you've exhausted your repertoire of attack moves. All 4 of them. Judging by how far your kick can reach, you'd not even make it past their knee, let alone make it to their gingangulis. You clearly have no idea how fast a karate kick can be at such close range. You practice over and over, you strike kick shields, and thus become incredibly fast and accurate. You seem to assume that they'll move as slowly as you, but in actuality, you'd be sparked out before you even saw it coming. You probably think that you could defend against and also attack Bruce Lee. I'm almost certain of that.
What I would recommend you do, rather than going high like that, would be to go low. So their foot is coming up to kick you in their head, you go straight down, under them, and you almost want to slide tackle them. Just under, bang! And that you're kicking into their one planted leg. They're going to go straight over. So their legs come up, it's coming towards your head, straight down, bang! Hard as you can. Hard as you can, like a R.I.P sliding tackle.
But you didn't even slide. You crouched down, then did a mini hop forwards, then kicked. For you to even pull this move off, this attacker would have legs as long as your body. They'd also have to stand there with their leg elevated above you for a good 5 seconds. But that's impossible because nobody rivals your height. It makes absolutely no sense. At this point, I'm starting to think that your attackers are good Samaritans, just waiting for you to pull off your rigid and dexterously challenged moves.
Now, all of these moves are great, but they are rather complicated. If you don't feel confident doing them, a little bit out of breath from the kicking.
This is embarrassing. This video isn't even 5 minutes long. Most of that time, you spent talking. How can we take you seriously if you're running out of breath so quickly? You try to convince everybody that you're in great physical shape, that you cannot be bested, and that you are the prime example of a man. A gust of wind in the wrong direction would be enough to leave you out of breath. If you practiced as much as you claim to practice, then you'd not be running out of breath so easily.
If you don't feel confident doing them, I'd recommend beans and salt. I've been over it a million times, watched the videos. It's fail-proof.